Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, President Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, Your Excellency, Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Chairperson of the East African Council of Ministers, Honorable Ministers, the East African Secretary General, Honorable Peter Mathuki, ladies and gentlemen, and we begin by welcoming you all to Nairobi, Kenya. And at the foremost, I take this opportunity to welcome my brothers, President Museveni and President Kagame, for finding time off their busy schedules to join us today to witness this momentous occasion, the accession of the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the East African community. I once again thank you, my fellow leaders, for your solidarity and commitment to the vision of our community. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today's event is truly historic. The signing of the Treaty of Accession by the Democratic Republic of the Congo marks the formal entry into the East African community, having satisfied the conditions and following its admission during our virtual extraordinary summit held on the 29th of March this year. And to get to this point, it has taken strong leadership, a commitment to the ideals of the East African community integration agenda, and a clear understanding of the shared benefits that come from working together. In this context, I recognize our elder brother, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the zeal with which he galvanized support from member states for the DRC to join the East African community. We have already begun to realize the promise of the East African community. The free movement of people, goods, and service across the community has boosted trade and strengthened people-to-people ties, thus enabling us to harness the comparative strength of each member state for the benefit of all, and to confront and solve problems together. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the accession of the DRC as a member of the East African community will even more elevate these gains, and more importantly, it will strengthen our economic muscle and competitiveness in the continent as well as globally. To my brother and friend, President Tshisekedi, and to the people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, we welcome you to the East African Community Customs Union and the East African Community Common Market. These two are the signature pillars of our community and the foundation upon which the social, political, trade, investment, and economic interests stand. In the coming days, our ministers and technical experts will indeed move with speed to integrate the DRC into the organs of our community. We have in this context ongoing integration tasks in all sectors, They include the East African Court of Justice, the East African Legislative Assembly, and sectoral committees on essential matters like trade, industry, finance, agriculture, defense, security, education, infrastructure, science and technology, aviation, health, and international cooperation, among others. We shall also develop a mechanism for the speedy ratification by DRC of the admission of the submissions of the community to the African Continental Free Trade Area agreement processes. As agreed by EAC partner states, the joint submission by the EAC will strengthen our voice in the African Continental Free Trade Area. So, Your Excellencies, in welcoming DRC to our community, we are opening wide the doors of opportunity and expanded trade and cooperation. With the accession of the DRC, our community's population now stands at above 300 million, and our combined gross domestic product stands at some 250 billion US dollars. The accession signature immediately brings DRC into the realms and provisions of all the protocols and regional policies of the East African community. It will be followed by the immediate removal of all the existing non-tariff barriers, as well as limitations on the movement of capital, goods, services, and people. This will in time lead to a major increase in intra-East African community trade. On her part, the Democratic Republic of Congo is by this deed required to honor the attendant commitments and allow me to appeal to the DRC to conclude the remaining domestic processes as per your constitution and to deposit the instruments of ratification within the stipulated 6-month period. Your Excellencies, our community is people-centered and private sector driven. Member states of the East African community remain committed to advancing and promoting the private sector's interests as provided under Article 127 of our treaty. Furthermore, partner states have committed to stimulating market development through infrastructural linkages, promoting conducive investment codes, protecting property rights and other rights, and the proper regulation of our private sector. Towards this end, all partner states will welcome and establish immediate linkages between our business associations and those of the Democratic Republic of Congo so as to further develop our trade relations. In furtherance of the summit directive, I also do expect the Council to furnish us at our next meeting the roadmap for the integration of the DRC into our community. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today, as we said, marks a historic day. We now have a community that is bigger in size than Europe and almost the same population, with abundant resources, with skilled, youthful manpower and woman power. Our ability to be a giant not only in East Africa, but in the globe, rests in our hands. Indeed, President Museveni, as you consistently remind us, it is not interesting to be a small fish in a small pond we want to be now a big fish in a big sea. And this we can be, and all we need to do is to work together as leaders, work together first and foremost for the peace and security that leads to the stability that we need in order for us to develop the prosperity that lies ahead for all of us. Less noise, more work, more opportunity, more prosperity for our integrated region. And I am sure that together with my colleagues, this shall be our driving agenda. We have more in common than the Europeans do. This is a fact. We share common languages, we share common culture. The only thing that divided us were the colonial boundaries. You go to France and you go to wherever, you go to Europe, they are fighting over 20 different languages. Here we're in agreement. Our language is Swahili. These other languages are languages that we use just for communication. But sooner or later, our language will be Swahili. That is our region's language. Our cultures are similar. There is no reason, if we work hand in hand together, why we cannot be stronger and more economically prosperous than Europe or any of the other global regional associations. It is on us and the work that we do together and the support that we give each other. Therefore, in conclusion, and on behalf of the Summit of Heads of State of the East African Community, I today applaud our brother, His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, for his exemplary leadership and stewardship of the DRC, and indeed for his wise decision to lead his country to becoming a full member of the East African Community. Congratulations, dear brother, for leading the DRC to this milestone, and I hope to welcome you soon to our next ordinary summit as a full member. Long live the Democratic Republic of Congo. Long live the East African Community. One people, one destiny. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to invite His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, to deliver his statement. Karibu sana, Your Excellency, for your statement. Karibu.